Hello, hello. Happy couple of days before Christmas. Just want to drop in and tell you a quick little story. As the title of this says, three money lies we tell ourselves, and some affirmations to kind of switch your thoughts from negative to positive. So, if you took the Budgeting Basics 5-day challenge, then you'll know that I tend to do my budget on Thursdays, every Thursday of the week. If I can get it done on Wednesday, that's even better because that's one less thing on my to-do list, but typically it's Thursdays. So I was working on my budget this morning and started writing, laying everything out and then looking to the week ahead and actually a week after that just to make sure everything was on track. And I started having these thoughts about, wow, I don't think I'll be able to afford, fill in the blank. When I looked at some projects that I want to take on for 2018, and I started to again lay out my budget long term to see, okay, how am I going to budget these projects in. I really started having thoughts about, I don't think I'll be able to do this project next year because I don't think I'm going to have enough money for it. Now, as these thoughts start up, I know my mind just goes into overdrive, or at least it wants to. But I've gotten into a mindset practice where I can recognize that I'm having these thoughts. And I kind of stop myself and say, whoa, where'd that come from? I know that it, came from my subconscious. It's obviously something that I'm feeling inside. And then I immediately can turn it around. I can change the negative thought. And instead of then adding more negative thoughts on top of it, I can change it around into a positive. And so I love affirmations. They're quick, they're easy, and another technique you can use are affirmations. And if you know anything about Louise Hay, she created Hay House Publishing. She recently died. She's over 90 years old. And she's the one that basically came up with the term affirmations and using these positive statements to stop ourselves from going down this path of negativity. And so basically your thoughts become things. And so that's what she learned, and that's what she taught her, pretty much her entire adult life. So what I've done here is in the comments, in the description, you'll see that I've listed out 3 money lies that we tell ourselves. And those were money lies that I found myself saying to myself over and over again in the past. But also recently, as this morning, I literally said, I don't have enough money to do what I'm going to want to do, or I don't think I'm going to have enough money to do what I want to do early next year, in the first quarter of next year. So the way that I turned that around was I said, okay, wait, now is that true? Is that a true statement that I really won't have the money to take this course that I want to take next year? As of right now, I don't think that's completely true, because I can shuffle some things around in my budget to make it work comfortably. But instead of continuing down that path and proving to myself how I won't be able to afford the course, I really force myself to sit down and say, okay, let's just crunch the numbers. Let's just, lay the entire budget out for the first quarter, and let's see how I can move things around so that when I'm ready to take this course, I believe in February, I'll be able to take it with no problem. And so that's what I'm going to recommend. If you find yourself going down this road of you're bad with money, change it around. And what I mean by you're bad with money is maybe you grew up, or even as an adult, you just kind of felt like you would get money, and then it would just kind of slip through your fingers. Like the next thing you knew, you would get paid, and the next thing, within 48 hours, basically your entire paycheck is gone. I know that in my early 20s, and actually into my going into my late 20s, that was how I was living. I would get that paycheck, and that money would be burning a hole in my pocket. I would pay bills, go have fun, even before I made sure that the bills that I had paid cleared my account. Go have fun, shopping, whatever, and then the next thing you knew, within 2 weeks, I've now got to go 2 full weeks before I get my next paycheck, and I've got maybe $50 or $25 in my bank account. So instead of saying you're bad with money, consider saying I choose to believe that I'm managing my money better and better every day. Because that's the truth. Like you have to make a conscious choice to do that. Okay. Another affirmation would be my money skills improve every day. Whether you believe that right now or not, what Louise taught was that, say it and believe that that's what you really want. You really do want to improve your money skills every single day. So just say it. Whether that's the case right now, you want to believe that that is the case. And so say it like you want to believe it, like you want to make it happen. Another one is you're not good enough to, and fill in the blank. Maybe you're not good enough to buy the house that you want in the neighborhood that you love. Maybe another one that I wrote down is maybe you're not good enough to get the promotion that you want. That would mean, maybe a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 pay increase. Maybe once you say that to yourself, you're not good enough to get that promotion with the pay increase. What's going to happen is your brain is going to then start going right down the line as to why you're right. You're not good enough to get this job, this promotion with the pay increase. Maybe you don't have the same credentials as the person that's in the position now. Maybe you don't have the same experience level that the person who's in the job has, the person that's in the job now has. Maybe you don't, maybe your experience at work is completely different from the person who's currently in that position, meaning they're very outgoing at work. They know a lot of people. They fostered these relationships, and you're someone that tends to stay to themselves. You're friendly at work, but you just come in, you get your work done, and you're not necessarily going out with everyone every Friday, for happy hour or something. So instead of you're not good enough to whatever, fill in the blank, change it around to a positive affirmation and just say, I am worthy of financial abundance. Keep it simple. Okay. Another option would be if you're saying to yourself, you're not good enough to live in, a particular home in a neighborhood that you want to live in because maybe you think you can't afford it. Instead of saying that, you would say, my dream home is in the XYZ neighborhood, and it has 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and a 2-car garage. Whatever, be specific about what you're looking for in your dream home. And what happens internally for us when we start to be positive, when we don't allow ourselves to go down the path of negativity, we really start to feel like, okay, now that I know that this is what I want in a home, I'm going to start cleaning up my credit. Let me pull the credit report and figure out what's on there. And then second, let me figure out what I have to do in order to clean up some of the stuff on here that may cause a problem. Okay, now that I've done that, let me see if I can get pre-approved for a mortgage and for how much. Instead of being depressed about it and sad about what you want and feeling as though you're not going to get it because you've told yourself over and over again you're not going to get it, and these are the bullet point reasons why. You're changing that. You're now saying, okay, yeah, I think there's a possibility here. Stay open to the possibility. And again, whether you right now in this moment believe that it's possible, that's okay. Just stay open to the possibility. Okay. The third one that I have here is, if you say to yourself, there's nothing I can do to change my financial situation, I will always struggle with money. And I've seen this a few times with people who have parents or family members, other family members, who, let's say they worked hard, long hours, rarely took a vacation, and even though they were making decent money, they still struggled. No matter how much they wanted to get ahead, they never quite could. Or this could also come up if maybe you personally had some setbacks. Maybe you've experienced a foreclosure. Maybe you were laid off from work. Maybe you experienced a bankruptcy. Or maybe you've had your vehicle repossessed in the past or currently. That's a situation that you may be in. Maybe what you're feeling right now is that, it doesn't matter. Like, I was doing everything that I thought that I should do, and I still experienced the bankruptcy. I still experienced the foreclosure because the bank wouldn't work with me. I still experienced the layoff, even though, I worked there for, 10, 15, 20 years, and I was typically the first person in and willing to work overtime. I thought I was doing what I should do, but here I am in this situation. And so nothing will ever change for me. I will always struggle. If any of that sounds familiar to you, what I would recommend is switching that story around and telling yourself, I'm willing to improve my relationship with money. Okay? I'm willing to improve my financial situation. I'm willing to release any energy or hurt or resentment that I feel about my current financial situation. Letting it all go and saying, okay, you know what? I'm open to improving my financial situation. And another option would be, I'm just open to receiving. And I'm going to do that with gratitude and whatever it is, I'm just going to do it with gratitude at this moment. So these are just some things that I'm talking about today. I'm calling Thursdays now will be Think About It Thursday. And really what I hope to foster is a chance for you to really sit back and really think about, what are you thinking about? What's on your mind? What may be driving you from a positive space to a negative space, okay? Switch it around so that, from a negative space, if you're in a negative space, switch it to a positive space. Using affirmations are huge. I highly recommend them. You can check out Louise's website is louisehay.com. And there is a tab on there for affirmations and affirmations for like pretty much every situation. But really think about what have you been thinking about, and how has that possibly been impacting where you currently are right now? And how will it impact where you want to be in 2018? Again, this all ties back into improving our mindset for 2018. When you look at your money goals planner, are you already setting yourself up for failure by saying, well, I'm going to write this down here and I've got these action steps, but I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm going to go ahead and apply for this mortgage, but I know I'm not going to get approved. So, but I'll just go ahead and do it anyways and see what happens. Right there, you're setting yourself up for a negative response. You're not allowing there to be a possibility that, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen. I know that, maybe my credit score is a 600, and I've only got about $5,000 set aside for a down payment. So I don't know if I'm going to get approved, but I'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and apply for this pre-approval anyways, and I'll see what happens. So there's a difference between I'll see what happens, I'm going to go into this hopeful and being open to the possibility that I will receive the result that I'm looking for, which would be to get approved for the mortgage, and flipping it to I'm not going to get it. I'm going to go ahead and apply, but I probably won't get approved, but I'll go ahead and do it anyways, and just kind of have it. There's a difference in your energy also when you have that frame of mind. So going into 2018, again, we have to improve our mindset if we want to achieve our goals, and using affirmations is a way to use it. So from now on, I'll be doing Think About Thursdays, really giving you some things to think about in your own life as you deal with improving your financial situation. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them in the comments down there, and I'll respond. And I'll be back tomorrow's Friday, so I'll be back tomorrow with some more little nuggets of that you can think about going into the Christmas weekend. Have a good one.